Today I want to talk about what I call the philosophy of progress versus one thingitis. What's the one thing we can do to make progress as black people? Some say do things for ourselves. Or don't vote for just one party. It's economics. Politics. The country doesn't love us. We're in the struggle. And many more. As if all of these ideas are mutually exclusive, or are competing priorities/ideologies, versus being complementary. I propose that there is no one thing. A philosophy for black progress rests on multiple pillars. I propose 4 pillars to encompass all efforts. Build our own. Acquire fair share. Hold corrupt accountable. And live in prosperity. Build our own. Every country, ethnic group, race, even if it's only a social construct, must practice a version of build our own. There is no way to shame, beg, or convict all consciousnesses, individuals or institutions into doing everything right toward you, even if they neglected and wronged you for centuries. Understand what makes a community or society successful and build up those institutions. Immigrant communities do this. Immigrant communities who partially integrate into the dominant society, but still maintain their own institutions are the most successful. As forced immigrants, we did so in the past and must do so again. Acquire fair share. You are a citizen of the country in which you were born and are due what taxes, through government services, federal, state and local afford everyone. Just because some other citizens feel you aren't true Americans, etc., or don't deserve these rights, even if they actively try to keep or take them from you, is no reason to relinquish your rights because of them. Are you saying your citizenship depends upon all of them liking and accepting you? That's a self-esteem issue, not a platform or movement. They don't want you to have self-esteem either, then you might start thinking you deserve things without their approval. Realize the US's two-party system, or any government will exist and make decisions about your life, whether or not you participate. At least use your rights as a backstop if not a vanguard. Hold corrupt accountable. Have we been mistreated? Yes. Accept your right to hold those who behave deviously against us accountable as a right as well. The danger is assuming recompense or compensation will make up the entire difference over the long past, or that we can't progress before or unless this happens. Or even deciding that we won't. The idea that we won't make progress unless this happens completely, lets the enemy know the easiest way to keep you where you are. No lightheartedness intended. Telling your enemy how to keep you oppressed is a mistake, and assuming they will take your plea as other than a strategy to continue to oppress you means you still don't understand who they are. Become as devious for justice as they are for injustice. We're going to have to outsmart them. There is no other way. Keep in mind they will try to tear down what we build and there is always backlash against our success, and their accountability is an unavoidable ebb and flow. If for no other reason than it's worked to discourage us so far. So, waiting until the backlash potential is low is not an option. This too is not about being liked or accepted. Too many will suffer needlessly in the meantime. Live in prosperity. Striving, even thriving isn't enough. We must have an abundant vision in all areas and believe it's possible to advance toward it. I can't believe people say they can't imagine what our lives would be like if we had never been enslaved or colonized. Really? Our lives and ancestors did not begin with either. How did these horrific events contain your imagination? There is no one thing to do. This philosophy for black progress requires all 4 approaches. Also realize that this is a combined effort, with different groups focusing on different areas, even at different times and ways. But with best practices and appropriate priorities. No one is good at everything. And most people naturally gravitate toward one thing or a few things. Instead of dominating and discounting all but your favorite approach, realize that together, people fulfilling these 4 areas are your allies. View them as such and work with them when they are capable of seeing this ideal, And doing so too,